I'm very confused, you know.
Wait a sec, I just have to write two things. It's not about you. Okay. Hello. What can I do?
I'm really fucking pissed off.
Why?
When was the last time I spoke to you? On the telephone in Sigborg prison getting tortured to shit, yes? And I desperately reach out to you, yes?
Yes.
And you said you were going to send a fax to them,
Yes.
right? They're saying they never got a fax, and your receptionist said you never sent the fax. I've just asked her before I came in here. They beat the shit out of me for 2 months.
Yes. No, I sent the fax and I called the number you said.
Right. Can I have a copy of the fax? Because it has to go to European court now. They basically stripped me naked, beat the crap out of me, gave me no clothes.
Is this what we sent?
Right, what does that say? What does this say? That's the medication you prescribed?
Yes.
Right. And what date was that sent?
16th of July.
Okay, so this is becoming genocide of one person, right? So I got tortured before I came to Germany, right? By Michael Gotts.
And this is the numbers I called. So...
Yeah, I know. That's Wolfgang Scheer. But basically, I'm up against the entire German nation at this point, right? Because I'm getting tortured so many times. It's barbaric. I went to Juesdorf police station for help, right? When I was staying as a couch surfer with a German military officer. Can you just not type for 1 second? In German law, in medical law, right? They've been hounding me. I can't go 1 hour without police cars following me, sirens, people trying to run me over, attack with baseball bats, knives. I can't practically walk down one street in Germany. Not one, in any city, right? It's a non-stop violence. Non-stop. I get Hitler salutes, people trying to run me over. I desperately trying to get to that Munich Arbeitskrieg for what, 3 years now? I'm being held prisoner because I would have been gone a long time ago. I was in Juesdorf police station. You know what they said? We got him. Drooling with glee. Jumped on my head, threw me in the police car, smashed all my laptops and my hard drives, which is my evidence. Now, would you class Germany as a first world nation? Is that a yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a little weird. In the whole of Germany, I can't get Wi-Fi, right? Not in airports, train stations, nothing. I was taken to a specific cell called Guantanamo Bay, B1134. They put me in a dungeon with no clues, under camera, blazing light, putting through the microphone, "We're gonna kill you, Brexit bitch, Trump." They would give me food, spit in my food. I had no exercise. There's murderers, rapists, pedophiles in there. I'm the only one in Guantanamo Bay with no window, not allowed out for exercise. They would take shit in my toilet, white smeared. Oh, I didn't even have a bed. Now you know how bad my injuries are, right? Out of a whole prison of 500, and it was the only prison that's a psychological prison, they made me sleep on a box every single day. And there's a guy called Herr Schinken, and he said, when you get out, tell the whole world that I was the one that tortured you. So, in German legal law, they refused me medication. Do you know how difficult it was to go through that without taking medication? You know how addictive that is, right? And what I've been going through. They stopped it. The guy from Siegburg Hospital, Dr. Isa, a complete Nazi, and I don't care at this point. I got butchered in that prison. Butchered! If anyone goes in a criminal prison, by German law, by EU law, by international law, you have to have legal representation, right? I had to say to the prison guards, are you going to kill me or not? Sven Peters from Hereford was supposed to be my lawyer. I was in there 2 months. It's against human and civil rights to imprison someone for debt. And what they're doing is, because I've had no money this whole time, right? How the hell I'm alive, I don't know. They're butchering me on Deutschbahn. They fake Deutschbahn. You can't be imprisoned for debt, according to EU law. I wasn't, the only phone call I was allowed to you. They said I never got a fax. I had no I was not put in front of a lawyer, a judge. No one even knew I was there. I could have died in a box. There wasn't even a window. The only reason I survived that was 20 people got murdered in that prison whilst I was there. I could have got poisoned. I don't know what the heck. And this Adam Dulles, right, that you called, he seems like he's in on it. He's like, yeah, I don't know what I can do. Maybe I'll go to the British consulate and get your passports back. I'm like, dude, sitting in Siegburg. Remember, I came back from Strasbourg Human Rights and my passports got stolen. It's a little weird that every tourist board is now saying we got you trapped and we can kill you. As soon as I get out of Siegburg prison, 2 months, do you think even as a doctor you can psychologically survive that? Now you know how bad my sleep is, right? Because of this. They have an intercom all during the night. We will kill you, Brexit bitch. So I can't sleep. I was terrified. I thought either you, Doctor, would have done something. I could have easily died in there. And they have one guy specifically who sent you to the doctor, and even the church in that prison was lying. I said to Mr. Oberhausen, get me a lawyer immediately. I've just come from Hager Law, right? Because I went to Hereford, Bielefeld. I have cars trying to run me over. I have people putting knives to my throat. Sven Peters didn't turn up. I went to Mr. Ashcroft, who's on the British consulate list, mandatory that he must turn up. He was nowhere. I got chased out of Bielefeld, right? Literally chased. An American kid, 18-year-old, who's going to be a soccer player here, said, what are they doing to you? He was with me for 48 hours. Now they're going after me with pedophilia, Lgtb, anything to break me as a man. And there's no doubt when I went for an operation there in Uniclinic Cologne, considering it's the gay capital of Europe, there's no doubt they've done something to me. There's no doubt. I can't go one step out. Even when I get the Flixbus to come and see you, I've already seen 40 police cars. Every day.
What can I do for you?
Well, this can't happen legally. I went to a Mr. Ashcroft, so in that prison, am I legally entitled to medical care and legal care? You're a doctor. If I'm in a prison like that, illegally, completely illegally, can they just cut my medication and let me die in a cell for nothing? Because that's what they did. I went through hell in that cell on a medical level. Are you allowed to do that in Germany? If I have medicaments that I have taken for a long time and they go, you, and don't give them, that's on a medical level in Germany and in the European Union, are you allowed to do that on a medical level? That's why I called you. Can they do that? We're not giving you your medication. I said, are you going to kill me, to Dr. Isa? I said, is it okay for them not to give me toilet paper? I don't even know if I'm healthy now. On a medical level, toilet paper, you know what they said? Use your hand. On a medical level, they were almost, I'm in a box that I had insect bites all over me for 2 months. I went to see that Dr. Adam. I'm like, what did you, he didn't even give me a medical checkup. Is it not a little bit weird that I tell a doctor in Dusseldorf, I've just got tortured, and he's liaising with the British consulate and this prison, and I get there, and he doesn't even do one medical checkup? Isn't that a little weird? I just got tortured, I had bites all over me, you're not even going to do a blood test? Can you cut someone's medical care in prison? I would like a yes or no answer. Is that against German law?
There is a doctor in the prison.
And they don't let you see him.
And the treatment in prison is dependent on his...
They are killing people in there, Doc. Yes? If I'm supposed to, so on a legal level, right? You're not a lawyer. But right, you're not. But in any civilized country, regardless of whether you're guilty or not, and it's poison, they're trying to completely destroy my mind, my soul. If you go into any first world country, are you allowed legal representation?
Yes.
Thank you. No, it's not funny. I can't survive this anymore. I can't get a lawyer. The police are stalking me like you cannot believe. If I have, and this is the last thing I'll say, it is how I have had to be so mentally strong. I was tortured by Michael Gotts on the fact I'm not Canadian. I've never worked in IT. Now bearing in mind, I've told you this before, Munich is twinned with Edinburgh. When I was in England, I got chased out of England from these redneck Scots. They destroyed my life in Canada. What I'm being subjected to in Germany is genocide of one person. I'm fighting your whole nation. And the thing is, it's with disturbing stuff, pedophile stuff. I can't go one step without, look, there's one guy who's extremely religious, right? You tell me you think this is a normal situation. As soon as I came out of Seapork prison, right? I had my bag stolen in Seapork Hofbahnhof. As soon as I got out, I said, can you see it on the camera? No. I went to a friend who is somewhat helping me and giving me laptops and phones and things, right? He said, you can't come in my house. I feel dangerous, you being around me. I'm sat in his car. 4 police officers with guns turned up and knocked on the car window and said, you're committing a crime, show me your passports. Is that normal? Is it normal?
I don't know.
Okay, so on the day that I get released from prison, I have because they're drilling me on this Deutschbahn, I have a 45-euro ticket to go from Duisburg, I'm terrified to go on the Deutschbahn now, to Cologne. Way overpaid. This, I'm a feminazi Frau, and this goes all the way back to Canada. It's the same people, the same MO, grabbed my ticket, called the police took me to the Bundespolice, beat the shit out of me, I had blood in my mouth, gave me a ticket and said, you didn't pay. I said, that's my ticket there. Shut up. And they called me Trump. Now as far as am I American? No. I went outside the Cologne Hofbahnhof, and that place is a dump. All I did was spit blood out my mouth. They rearrested me and said it's a federal offense to spit in Germany. And arrested me again. I can't go 2 meters. And the problem is, I'm trapped without my passports. And the thing is, according to them, they could just pull me off the street or out of a car or even in an apartment and put me in prison. I mean, this is genocide. It is a complete and utter destruction of one person.
How can I be of help?
This can't, if I'm in Siegburg prison again, or in prison, I am dead. Right? I can't physically do this anymore. Really. No. And the thing is, I'm at a loss as to what to do.
Yeah. Now, we've talked about this before. From my perspective,
I can't even leave the country.
From my perspective, I think you do need help, and I actually do think you need medical help. Medical help in my house would be...
how can Germany commit every single crime?
I think you need medical help in a psychiatric sense.
Absolutely not.
And I think one of the big communication problems we have is that...
I just got tortured, doctor.
Right, but that, in my view...
In
my view, that is part of what we call the paranoia.
So please, so how am I called you from the prison?
Well, you got arrested because you were, for more than, usually it's an offense if you're caught without having a ticket more than twice.
Right.
Third.
But you've known from the start that Sky Sports and SAP haven't paid me.
And if you can't pay the fine you get,
you're justifying the torture.
I'm not justifying
the torture. They tried to kill me in there.
I very much hope they didn't.
Well, they did. I'm telling you they did. 20 people died in there.
You're telling me that the police are chasing you all around. You're telling me that the sirens you hear are all because of you.
No.
You're telling
An American guy who gave me a laptop disappeared and went to Turkey.
You're telling me that the German government is looking for you and...
Who told me to come here? Who told me to come here? Was it the German government?
No, right. I'm just telling you. I'm
not a lawyer. Your government, no.
I'm not a lawyer, and
no,
I'm not
you're not. And the thing is, as soon as I finished Sky and SAP, you mentioned this psycho stuff before, right?
Yes.
Right. So your government kept putting all the Snowden stuff and everything on, right? On me, building it up. So if I'm faking all this, how come I have over 200 police reports?
I don't think you're faking.
Right. But the thing is...
No, I truly believe that you have a medical issue, and I'm
getting tortured by doctors.
And I think you need support and help for that.
So why, but the thing is, why can't you guys do your job? Every time I come in here with an attack or something, right, on a medical level, if I've just come out of prison, you don't think it's a good idea to do a medical checkup of blood, make sure he's okay, anything? Is that not wouldn't that be a normal medical practice to make sure at least you're healthy? I've seen 5 doctors since before I came and see you. Not one of them did it. Is that not a little unusual to at least not do a blood test?
Depends a bit what the idea is. I think they probably see it similar as I do. And I still think that that would be the best option for you to
So
at least...
but the thing is, you know what I find in Germany is anytime you say anything against a German person or a German organization or anything, it's immediately fired back on the other person.
No.
But it totally is. You know what happened to this guy, you know what happened to the SAP.
No. What I would offer is that I can give you a referral
No.
to a
No.
psychiatric
No.
hospital. I think they look
Please
after you
stop.
well.
Please stop. Honestly, because I'm terrified to even go in a hospital. If I went into the, look, if I was in Cologne Uniclinic Hospital, right, for an operation, right, which they screwed up, and they left the drip in my arm and told me to take it out myself, is that normal medical practice? I have to take my own drip out, my medical drip out, my arm. Is that normal medical practice?
That's not what I'm talking about.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is my experiences, when I was in the Munich hospital, I had my things stolen, I got an apology. I've been in 3...
The thing is, I actually do think that...
But you're not answering the question. Is that normal medical practice to leave a patient by themselves, tell them to leave the hospital, and I still have the medical drip in my arm?
That's not normal.
Right.
Now, I still think that you'd be taken care of, you'd have a place to
Give me my money and my passports and let me go! I'm a prisoner here. I don't want to stay here. I want my passports and my money and my reference and let me go. I'm being experimented on here. Really, for 3 years, all I've wanted to do is get my passports, my money, and let me go. I don't want to be here.
I still think that that would be the best idea.
Why can't I get my passports?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because they're being held at a police station.
That's not. I have nothing to do with that. Nor can I get you your passport.
They're saying they didn't receive your fax, Siegburg prison. So somebody's lying. Who am I supposed to trust? So the 2 lawyers that I'm supposed to have, right, when I'm in Siegburg prison, both said they had no communication with Siegburg prison. I just spoke to your receptionist who said you didn't send the letter, you're saying you did send the fax, and Siegburg prison is saying they didn't send the fax.
No, I have it here.
Right, but you can't imprison someone on human rights in the EU.
It's crazy.
You know what, do this off the phone and that's it then. But what I would say is, when the court goes to human rights, your name and Dr. Adam, because they will want the medical records, yes? Because I can't deal with this anymore. I am an experiment.
Mr. Fraser, medically, I'd like to do anything you need and anything that's good for you, okay? There's no way I can do
I was
anything.
left to die in that Siegburg prison.
There's nothing
On a medical level, someone should have contacted that Dr. Isa, right? And given me my normal medication. Because I had a broken nose, I couldn't breathe. The only reason I survived that medically is other prisoners in there were giving me medication. As my doctor, and I'm your patient, I was medically left to die in that prison. That's illegal.
I see that differently.
How do you see it differently? You have the church person lying, the doctor lying. What medical notes do you have from Siegburg prison? Do you have anything?
Medical notes?
Did they send you any medical notes?
I don't think so.
So how can you see it differently then if they didn't send you anything?
Well, you just accused me of letting you die in prison.
Well,
That's
what
what
I'm
I said.
saying is,
That's what I said.
no. I said I was left to die in Siegburg prison medically because no one was there to see me on a medical level. That's why I contacted you desperately because I said, legally I don't know what's going on. Don't let me die medically. So what I'm saying is, they did. I didn't get Zopiclone or anything in that prison.
That's out of my reach. Okay.
But how is it? You're my doctor.
Right.
You can't contact Siegburg prison and say, why the hell did you do that?
I contacted Siegburg prison.
No, but now I'm out, right? What I'm saying is, whilst I am in there, I spoke to Schinken, who is actually in there to torture people. What I'm saying is, could you, on my behalf, contact Siegburg prison and ask, why was I medically denied the medication that I've been getting from you for over, 2 years? Why was that happened? They basically said they never got your fax and we'll take good care of you and never gave me any medication.
I'll give you the facts and you see the number on it where I sent it to. But the decision what to give you in prison is the sole decision of the doctor in the hospital.
But if they're beating on me and I am medically sick, right? I could hardly breathe. I had bruises all over my arms, my back. When they strip me naked, they're jumping on my head. My neck is badly damaged, right? On a medical level. You can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
I now have electric shocks going down my...
Still, I do believe in system, and I do trust our police. And
Do you?
And I do trust hospitals. I do trust jails. And from that perspective,
But you have to, because you're in the nobility.
I believe that you have a
You're gonna
change perception of.
I've just
many
told
things.
you that I got a busted back, a busted neck, a busted arm. Why
And-
can't you send me for a medical reference from that instead of going after the psychology? Why is it always the psychology? I'm having massive neck trauma from them jumping on my head and my neck. I get electrical shocks going down my neck on a daily basis. Right, on a medical level, why wouldn't you say, I'll try and get you help for that? Why is it the psych? Why go after the psych and not say, we'll try and help your neck?
Well, because the main thing you were talking about is that you're being chased, that you're alone against Germany, against the German police.
But Germany's never done anything bad before, right?
What?
No, Germany's never done anything bad before.
Well, that's what you came in and told me. That's why I'm
I have the
telling
police
you
reports to prove
that-
it.
That's what I'm saying, that I believe that it's a psychiatric problem.
I'm telling you right now that I'm in severe pain from being beaten by justice, yes? And you're not sending me to any neck specialist, nothing. I'm getting electric shocks down my neck, down my back, down my arm. And you're talking about psych. Medically, I got beaten the shit out of. And they had me on camera, 24/7.
If you want, I can send you to an orthopedic specialist for the neck, if that's helpful for you. And I told you, I'll try to do it.
There's no way in God hell's earth I'm going in a hospital, I'll tell you that much. But I need my neck checked because I can't even move my neck properly now.
I can give you a
And my left arm, yes, completely bruised all the way down. Do you know, when I went outside for protection, the only reason I survived that prison was the prisoners. If you'd have told me when I was an IT manager, right, who controls everybody, including you? Politicians. Now, if you're a pedophile, a rapist, a murderer, are you allowed law? Yes. If you're under fabricated political agenda, there is no law for you. That's what's happening to me. You can be anyone else, right? You could have committed mass murder and you'll have a lawyer. If you're involved in a political situation that's got nothing to do, you ain't getting legal help. It's a well-known phrase, a well-known fact. The only reason I'm being subjected to this is corrupt politicians.
Shall I give you a referral to the orthopedic
My neck
specialist?
is killing me and I need the normal medication for my nose and sleep.